This is Łódź. The blocks you can see there are on the site of the former Wood Ghetto on the northeastern corner. And as I bring the camera around now, this is the former railway station at Radegast in German, which was used to deport people from here, from Łódź, to Chełmno and Nerem, and in 1944 to Auschwitz, where in the first case everybody was killed except for one person, only one survivor, and I know this, Szymon, and in the second case almost everybody was killed. So of a population of the ghetto of around 190,000, around 150,000 people were shipped out of this station here into oblivion. Now this is a new memorial. I've put a film up of photographs. That was before I started filming things. I took the photographs on the 3rd of June 2006, so that was 6 years ago, and today is the 10th of August 2012, and it looks just the same, to be quite honest. So there we have some of the places where people were taken to, Gross and Sachsenhausen, but the overwhelming majority of people were taken to Chełmno and Nerem, and in the final liquidation of the camp to Auschwitz, of the ghetto, I should say. Obviously I've arrived here too late. And these goods wagons, cattle cars as they're often called, you have accounts of about 130 people being put in a space like this. Other accounts of people actually sitting on the floor. I knew somebody who was in a POW camp, so obviously they were treated differently. But they was captured in Italy, and taken prisoner by the Germans in Italy, because he was taken prisoner by the Italians in North Africa. And he said how British prisoners were pulling up the floor, the boards, and trying to get out, and they were just stuffing more and more people into one carriage, so that at the end they could scarcely move. People from the ghetto, of course, they had nowhere to go to. Escape really wasn't much of an option. And again, I suppose it was better than death. Escape to where? What would they do? How would they live? And bearing in mind, unlike the soldiers who had had a certain amount of reasonable food and what have you, they hadn't been starved, demoralised. So I think that's how they accepted these things. Here we have an example of a steam engine. Don't know anything about steam engines, there's absolutely nothing I can say about it. I can actually recall steam engines. I can recall hiding from one. I can into the steam and hide behind the wall. And though having said, I did see steam engines in Poland in the 1980s where they were quite common still. Carry 10 tons of coal and 32 cubic meters of water. Don't know how far that would get it. We have plaques from Berlin, from Vienna, Luxembourg, and a plaque remembering the gypsies from Burgenland who were brought here in Austria, and none of the gypsies survived very long. They were put in 5 apartment blocks, gypsy camp it was called, up to 30 people in one room. Typhus killed them, and those it didn't kill were very quickly taken to Chełmno and murdered there. Of the nearly 5,000 people who came from Vienna, only 113 or 133, I can't remember, were still here when the camp, the ghetto, was finally liquidated, or the orders for the liquidation, which were given in August 1944. This memorial was built here 8 years ago, so it was for the 60th anniversary. There's 38,000 Jews from Central Europe and from Vaterland, and 5,000 gypsies were brought here to the Wood Ghetto, and it was the loading station for 145,000 Jews deported to Chełmno and Auschwitz. That does actually make the point that some were actually from Auschwitz ended up in Ravensbrück, Sachsenhausen, Großhofen and Stutthof, but there weren't many.